lovelies, and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos and leave commentaries, you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into this video. So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where the Jewish people decided to go out to protest against those that is protesting about what is happening in Pe.Ple. Guys, this is just out of it. I'm just gonna roll the clip as well as some of the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into the video.
You know you done fucked up, right? You know you can't sustain this, right? Because schools like Yale, Harvard, Columbia, MIT, Vanderbilt University, oh yeah, they're all getting involved. They're all taking stance and protest against what's happening to the Palestinians. And when you start to shut down big universities like this with people who come from generational wealth, you know you got a problem on your hands. You've arrested people, you've suspended people, you've evicted people, and yet they are still on your campus going strong, and it's been 2 days. And just wait till the rest of the world gets a whiff about the 5,500 tons of aid that you are holding in Turkey with 300 private citizens from across the world. Just wait until the world starts to see you for who you truly are. Oh boy, it's a time to be alive. It's a time to be alive. The Jewish people pulling up to college campuses to protest, people protesting to save people's lives is literally insanity. Why are they there? The only reason why they would pull up there is because they're trying to kick up drama. They're already spewing racist hatred shit. And there is no other reason for them to be there other than a setup. I pray that the students on these college campuses that have to endure these people keep a calm, cool head and continue to peacefully protest without unrest. Because the moment that anything kicks off due to them causing drama, they're gonna turn it all around and they're gonna completely blame y'all. Keep calm, stay peaceful, and don't play into their tricks.
Let me interrupt in this conversation here. I find it to be very unfair, not fair, unfair. Let me emphasize unfair, that we have to cater to a certain community. And this certain community has been catered for several centuries. And this certain community has pretty much had ruined the dynamics of all community. And to me, I'm seeing the divide and conquer every time from this certain community. If you want to speak your views and your opinions could be an opinion that is something realistic, this certain community always turn around and say you're anti-Semitic. If you talk about a Jewish culture or you talk about anything that's pertaining to Jewish, it always have to be censored. Meanwhile, they can sit there and have their Daily Wired, their podcast, and downgrade Black American community. Because Benjamin Shapiro, if you listen to the Daily Wire, he has said nothing but negative stuff and racial stuff about Black community. And nobody has called him out, because guess what? We had someone who was like a Sambo, and that was Candace Owens, because she was degrading Black culture, her own culture, okay? Selling herself out until she got called out. because she felt personally that what they were doing in Israel was uncalled for and totally unnecessary and volatile. Now, I feel like we're back in the 1930s to the 1940s when World War II had invented, and even in the time in the 1900s, you could say from 16 to 18 when we had World War I. Because I see the shifting of racism spearing every time, not only in the social media, but all the social media platforms. If you go on YouTube, if you say anything, they give you strike 3 and then you're off the channel for good. Okay? And 9/10 of the time, when I look at some of the posters in the Jewish community, they have said hatred things. We had senators who live in the South, the North, the East, and the West said about anti-woke, which was a violation against Black culture. I didn't see no community ever turned around and said, that's foul, that's disrespectful, that's this. But you see, every man for itself. We have to learn to not depend on anybody. We had a vice president who's supposedly Black, but guess what? We had Obama who was supposed to be Black, but he was not helping us. He was helping himself to reign the millions and the billions, and he was working along with the other constituents. Miss Condoleezza Harris, who pretty much is a vice president, sat there and allowed him to suppress us, and I mean Ron DeSantis and the Texas governor, when we had anti-woke. Now, moving right along, I don't think it's fair for a community to have a contract with Silicon Valley or have a contract with the NYPD of the police department. And the reason why I say that is because we received emails from a former governor, email stating us that we have to give respect to the Passover season of the Israelites. Everybody in this country has a holiday, and nobody has respected our holiday, okay, or anybody else's holiday. So why is it they're so important than anybody else? Now, if you're in your holiday and you have a ritual, why all of a sudden you get so concerned about a group of students in colleges protesting peacefully against what's happening in Gaza? We recently saw how they had a cargo of food for storage for the people them in Gaza, and the Israelites turned around and blew it down. And we saw it. The gentleman who had it, I reposted it. The next minute, TikTok turned around and dropped it, because TikTok is right now is back against the wall with the government, because the government is sitting there trying to push, extort them for this app, okay? And many other apps that they wanted to do. So all I'm saying is, we as Black people, we had leaders, and the leaders end up selling us out and end up still being friends with the same community that turn around and try to say that we're doing anti-Semitic stuff. We had the Black Panthers. These were men and women who were educated, who went and go study the law, became lawyers, became social workers, became doctors, became dentists, became everything political towards the society, to show that this was supposed to be a systematic civil society. They ended up going to jail, or they ended up being assassinated, or they ended up being blacklisted, or whatever the situation may be. We had Black Lives Matter, and I bet you Black Lives Matter would have been there, but all of a sudden, because of the fraud, the this and everything, they shut that down. But meanwhile, the Jewish community has the Anti-Defamation League, who to me is spying on people's social media and constantly stirring nothing but hate. And every time he goes on the news, Preston, he's telling people that we should. But meanwhile, you have the Daily Wire saying that the highest dropout rate and the prison rate is happening in the Black community. You have, I'm getting started. Then you have the Anti-Affirmative Action Group, which is also known as Zionists, Edward Bloom, that turn around and want to shut Black people to have the opportunity to get student loans, to get funds, and have businesses. We had Ron DeSantis and Edward Bannon turning around, Gregory Abbott's turning around and saying anti-woke shall be suppressed, and having the anti-woke law and banning Black books and Black history. And we are the pioneers of this history. We made this country. We built this country. We have situations where you cannot express your opinion. No one is stirring hate in the Jewish community, but we see the Jewish communities trying to control every single community. Okay? You go outside, they want to know if you're going to sell your house. You go around the corner, you can't cross the street there because it's owned by them. You have NYC Mayor, Mayor Adams, making a letter telling us that we cannot say anything against them because they're a large community. You have Kathy Holcomb underneath telling us that a law that if anybody say anything, they're going to press charges against you. I say to myself that I pay taxes here too. And if my child is in NYU or any college and I'm paying my tuition and they feel like they want to exercise their rights, just like how they exercised their rights a long time ago when it was Vietnam, okay? Another taxes war that had nothing to do with the United States, and students were out there protesting, and they went and made a lynch mob off of those students. And the same thing what they did last week Sunday, okay, in New York. That's why I say we need God. Where is God? Where all this thing happening? And I know there's a God. His name is Jehovah. His name is Jesus. The same God that the same people denied. We can't even talk about him. We can't even say that he was black. You know, damn if you're doing, damn if you're down. And I'm talking about the Jewish community. It's come to the point that there's no peace of mind. There's no type of democracy. I feel like now we're living in communism. Pretty soon they're going to tell us the air we breathe, we cannot breathe. We cannot say anything because guess what? They're on our phones. They're listening to everything we're saying. You see the echo in the background. Even on our social media, they're checking everything we're saying. Where is our peace? Where's our comfort? For being a tax-paying person? Come on. How can us as black Americans win? We never win. And we're the ones who's doing all the work.
So far, there have been 2 schools, Southern California and Emory in Atlanta, Georgia, where the police have opened fire with rubber bullets on students. So if we're seeing this right, the police of America are literally at war with our children. Our future doctors, lawyers, police officers, firefighters, politicians are literally at war on their college campuses with the police for sitting down and yelling. The First Amendment. The First Amendment is the right to peaceful assembly. And the only violence that I have seen has come from the police. At UT in Austin, one of the protesters asked a very valid question to the state troopers that showed up to dismantle them. Where were you when the kids were dying in Uvalde? But we can ask this question over and over and over again. Where were they when all those girls were getting molested by that doctor in the Olympics for decades? Where were they when Jeffrey Epstein was literally raping little girls? Where were they when that little girl got kidnapped by that man who had been convicted over and over again and set free? Where were they then? Where were they when actual criminals were doing fucking crimes? It's gonna come to a head. The wrong student's gonna get hit by a bullet. The wrong student's gonna get tear gas. The wrong student is gonna get hurt or end up dying because of their violent acts against peaceful protesters. And when it does, it's not gonna be nothing like what happened back in the 80s. It's gonna be a whole new beast. Because once the parents of these kids start to gang up together, the problem is going to be insurmountable.
Like, seriously, lovelies, this is just getting out of hand. This is definitely getting out of hand. How would the Jewish people go on to protest against those people protesting against what is happening in Pe.Ple? Like, seriously. How or why have we just gotten up to here? Like, so people are not entitled to actually go on for a peaceful protest. So people cannot even protest, peacefully anymore. Like, why are they even inventing discourse? Why are they inventing discourse? Trying to disrupt the protest, try to like dismantle it. So these people cannot actually do something on their own peacefully without anyone trying to jeopardize whatsoever they want to do. I could remember when I even posted a video, concerning what was happening over there in Gaza. Like, I stopped posting it for a while because I noticed anytime you post stuff like that, I just stopped. But this one, they are just on their own with a peaceful protest, and you decided to go there to disrupt them with your own protest. Like, what is this world turning into? And now I heard the school has been shut down. There are, policemen trying to dismantling these people. So there is nothing like even free speech anymore. You can't even experience yourself anymore. You can't express yourself. Like, I do not even know what is happening. As if the world is going back the way it was before. As if the world is just starting afresh. Like, people don't even have, they don't have the privilege to express themselves anymore. I can remember during, was it Super Bowl? Then this, people decided to go give out foods for the people of Gaza. Then on reaching there, people decided to go get these foods. I think I stitched the video one time. People decided to get this food, and before you know it, they are already obstructed. People were being unalived. Just imagine someone that is hungry. Your family is hungry. Like, you are very hungry. And you heard that there is a place they give away fruit. Then you decided to tell your family that, okay, I'm just going to go out there and bring food for us to feed us and feed our kids. But you on reaching there, you are now coming back being not the same way you left the house. What do you think that this family, will feel? How do you think that they will feel? They are actually expecting their father to come back with goodies. But their father, seriously, the same thing happened towards that, they were just, the place that they were told to go for a camping, a safe place and all of that, they saw that people are trying to maybe shift their attention far away from them, and they went there again to disrupt these people. Another thing, the International Court of Justice and all of that, I was thinking that they have passed a bill to actually stop all of these things that is happening in Gaza. So why is this still happening? Like, why? For some time I just stopped, decided to go more on our histories and all of that. But this is just becoming alarming. This is the same thing that is happening with Congo. I know a lot of people are not talking much about what is happening in Congo. There is a silent one going in Congo, a silent giant. They have tried as much as they can to bring it out of here, but this is just far away somewhere in Africa. People are not even talking about that. People are still being oppressed in 2024. And we were told that things are going to be all right. Like, oh my God, why are you talking about things that happened in the past? We all are going to move on and all of that. Like, seriously, lovelies. How would you go ahead to obstruct these people that decided to go out for a peaceful protest because they are done with whatsoever that is happening? Immediately you want to talk about this, they will just look at TikTok today. These people are planning to, take it away. Because of what? Because of so many information, historical fact that comes out from there. They just want to try as much as they can to block so many things from the world. to block us from knowing the truth, to block us from knowing the actual history. They want to bend in suppressing. Look at Kanye Owens. When she was talking about being anti-black and all of that, talking about how, the crimes, she was being all anti-black and everybody was her friend. All the pan-colored Jewish and all of that, they were all her friends. She was granted every platform to come speak up. She was called for different types of interviews. She was actually, the face of everything. But immediately she decided to stand up for the truth. Immediately she decided to, okay, I think I have had enough. I think these people have been suppressed enough. I think it's high time I need to use my own voice. I think it's high time people need to know the truth. She was dismantled. Her job was taken away from her just because of one truth. This is somebody that have been supporting you guys for a very long time. She even decided to go against her own in order to please you. But you took the job away from her. Immediately you saw that she actually spoke only one truth. And this is the world we find ourselves. You don't even have, the ability to speak out. Like, as if these people are just controlled. You can't even speak out anymore. Because of what? Because the world is going back. The sister I stitched her video that I saw them, she's just peeling it. She is on point. This is just the society we find ourselves. The world is being controlled by some certain people that you don't even have. When you call out their sins, they will just do everything possible to just look at the other day. I wasn't even able to post that video. A young man decided to, oh my God, I cannot even say it because you know how it is here. Seriously, lovelies. Like, anytime maybe you're finding the truth, you want to tell the truth, but that is why the case of this our savior being a black person is just getting everybody so mad. Like, it's getting everybody upset. Like, the people I'm referring to. Like, to what end would they stop? This has been going on for a long time. This Gaza thing has been going on for a long time, since last year. These people didn't actually celebrate Christmas. They don't know what New Year is. They don't know what Easter is. It's all about, just imagine. It's so easy for Jewish people or whatever to come out and, oh my God, because this is none of their business. If their family is not involved, then it's none of your business. But what and where is the humanity? Like, seriously, lovelies. I actually do not want to talk about it, but this is just too much. So students cannot even actually have their own peaceful. Then they decided that they want to go there and obstruct them and be like seriously. What or how did we all get here? Anyways, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So please share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one. If you have watched up to this extent, thank you so much for all the love and support. Why not just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. Do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So please share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.